All right, what is going on, athletes? We are coming to you with another Fittest of the Coast breakdown. It is that time of the year again. So they just released the workout. It is a 20-minute MRAP, 40 cal row, both guys and girls, 20 box step overs, 40 cal row, 20 burpee box jump overs, 24 inches for guys, 20 inches for ladies. So as they continuously do year over year, they just have an engine, real burner of a workout to start to start their competition. So right off the bat, we were testing your guys' engines. This one does have a little bit more of a rowing bias to it, so we're going to get into that a little bit more. But this workout can be, as tradition with engine-based workouts, made or broken in that first round. So if you guys watched the live stream, they had a pretty talented athlete, Travis Mayer, doing this workout to start, or as a demo athlete. He pretty traditionally does well on workouts like this with kind of that just long grinder of a pace, or grinder of a style workout. So he's probably going to put up one of the top scores on this one. I do think some people are going to beat him on this one just because his strategy wasn't maybe the greatest. It wasn't terrible, but we'll get into that a little bit here. But he finished 3 rounds plus 40 cals and about, I didn't catch exactly, but it was about 10 step overs into that last round. So he he's a good example to use as something that elite athletes will be able to do. But if you're in kind of that RX division, intermediate division, we're wanting to pace this workout out a little bit more. And the big keys to success on this one are knowing what your pace on the rower is and knowing what you need to hold per round. So one of our big takeaways on this one is slow to start. Travis came out at around 1,500 cals per hour. And if we look at his breakdowns of round times, so he went 5:24 on the first one, flying. 6 minutes on the second one, so he dropped off a whole 35 seconds. And then he went 6:25 on the last one. For elite level athletes, they just have the capacity to be able to continue to hold on to paces that might be really aggressive to start. So it's not something we recommend doing. Like, even their floor is still higher than a lot of people's ceilings. So what we're trying to do is make sure that we pace this workout out well so that you have something to give into that third round. So I think a lot of people in the live stream afterwards were talking about how that third round was just the hardest round. Usually that's an indicator. I mean, yes, but usually that's also an indicator that they just came out too hot and they didn't pace it correctly. So slow to start, a little bit less aggressive than you want to be, just a little bit. Another kind of key component that we're looking at doing here is recover on the box step overs, but don't be slow on them. So you can definitely feel really sorry for yourself on these box step overs and just not attack them at a good pace. Find that rhythm. If you guys watch everybody's first round in the demo video, there's just a rhythm to those box step overs, and they just kept that rhythm. So that's your goal in this workout, is find that rhythm and just keep that rhythm on the box step overs. A lot of these engine-based workouts are just getting into a routine and then just trying to hold that routine as best as possible. It allows you to think less. If you're just like, I know my cadence on something, just go through it. Doesn't allow your thoughts to drift. You're just like, I'm off the rower, 2 steps, feel it out, up on the box, over the box, up on the box, over the box. So that's kind of a rhythm that we want to get into for this workout. The other thing that I think you can utilize well on this workout is just some recovery cals on the front end and recovery cals on the back end, especially coming off of those burpees or getting ready for the burpees. You're going to want to give yourself a couple cals to just kind of bring that heart rate down after hammering on the rower pretty hard. And then coming off of the burpees, you want to give yourself a couple of calories to kind of recover, catch your breath, let the heart rate slow down a little bit before getting into your pace on that rower. What we don't want to do is completely stop or just sit on that rower seat for too long and not gain any calories. So giving yourself kind of those quote unquote recovery calories, anywhere from like 2 to 5. Ladies probably closer to the 2 range. Guys can get away with like 4, maybe 5 calories of just kind of coasting it in, getting ready to attack your whatever your next implement is. But definitely coming off of the burpees into that second round, give yourself a couple recovery cals. And then on that second row, going into the burpees, give yourself a couple recovery cals in order just to kind of bring the heart rate down before you're getting into attacking those. So we did talk about the box step overs slowing down significantly. Those burpees can also slow down significantly. So those are the two components in the workout where you don't want to get to the point where you're just dead exhausted, not moving fast on those, not holding your cadence on those. So again, that's where we're utilizing those recovery cals on the front end and recovery cals on the back end to allow you to kind of push those burpee box jump overs. You can make up a lot of time on the burpee box jump overs on this workout. So even if you're not the fastest rower, if you're consistent with your rows and you come out on a good pace, you can make up a lot of time on that workout or on those burpee box jump overs, being a little bit faster on those because you've paced this workout well and you're not having a ton of fall off on your scores. So, getting into this, we're wanting to hit the kind of nail on the head of what pace we're holding on the rower right away. Now, there's a long window for this, so you guys can retest this workout. Honestly, with this one a couple of times because it is a little bit more about the calories rowing than it is about anything else. Only at most it's going to be 60 step overs, 60 burpee box jump overs. So really not that damaging on the body. You can probably retest this one 3 times inside of the window that they're giving you. But the more dialed in we are on that first attempt, the better that second attempt is going to go. So if you come out way too hot on that first attempt, row too aggressive, now you might find your pace on that second attempt, and then you might do better on that third attempt. Whereas if we can come out dialed on the first one, now we only have to test that workout one time, and we can kind of get back into training because there's a lot of other stuff going on around this time of the year. We can kind of get back into training and be ready to attack that second week with some sort of stimulus touch on what that second week's workout's potentially going to be. So we're going to put out a pacing chart on our Instagram, so you guys can go and check that out. We're also emailing it out. But we have on that pacing chart is total time to complete the 40 calories. We have the calories rowed at, and then we have what pace per 500 meters that is going to be. Now, some other key things to think about while you're doing this is if you are hitting 3 rounds, so 3 rounds total, that's 240 calories of rowing. You're going to row anywhere from, and we're doing this off of our pacing chart, so 900 calories per hour for 240 calories is 3,810 meters. If you're at 1,600, which is the top end of our calorie count, which is a little bit aggressive, we saw Travis row on that, so we put that out. You're going to row 2,700 meters. More than likely, if you're a guy and you're getting 3 rounds, it's going to be around 3K of rowing. So what you want to think about is what can I hold for a 3K pace and be able to do 60 step overs and 60 burpee box jump overs inside of that 20-minute window. It's a little bit of a better way to look at that. Again, there's going to be some transition times in there. So we're kind of accounting for guys for that 3K pace, basically. For ladies, if you're going to get 2 rounds, 2.5, or kind of finishing that first row in the third round, I think is going to be a pretty solid score for ladies. But 2 rounds, 160 calories will be anywhere from, at rowing, 900 calories per hour. We're going to have 2,500 meters, and rowing 1,200. We put top end score for ladies at 1,200 calories per hour is going to be 2181 meters. So it's going to be a little bit less meters for ladies, but it's also going to take them a little bit longer to accumulate those meters. For ladies, we're probably looking at about 22 to 24, 2,200 to 2,400 meters is right about where you're probably going to be rowing. So when you're looking at this, what pace can I row at for 22 to 2,400 meters and still be able to get off and do 60 box step overs and 60 burpee box jump overs? One thing that we did in this chart is we gave ranges. a lot of what we want to try and do as an athlete is figure out how we're feeling in workouts and what our body is doing or trying to do inside of workouts, how it's responding to the pace that we're giving it. So you should know your body pretty well enough to be like, okay, if I'm at 950, if I'm feeling good, I can bump it up to 975. 9 to 75 doesn't feel good, I'll bump it back down to 950. So we gave some ranges in there. We didn't give exact paces. It's kind of your job as the athlete in the workout to make the decision of whether you can go faster, slow it down, etc. But this gives you some good ideas of how long things are going to take in order for you to pace things out a little bit better on that first attempt in order to come back and really capitalize on that second attempt and allow you to get back into training a little bit sooner. So hopefully this helps out. Check out that pacing chart, guys. If you guys have any questions or want to talk about the workout, please hit us up. We definitely have some coaches that'll be able to walk you through, guide you through what your strategy should be for this first attempt. Our individual athletes, obviously talk to us, send us your strategies. We'll be breaking them down for you. But yeah, good luck on this first attempt, guys, and hopefully see you guys out in Charleston.